Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So, when big movies are made, there's a thing called concept art, and just art in general. It's just art that's based on ideas of the movie, ideas that could be in the movie, and things actually in the movie as well. It's just not just concept art, but just like art in general, based on the movie and based on ideas of the movie. And they tend to release these things. I never usually buy them because I don't see the point. But for this movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters, I didn't think it was the best movie of 2019, but I did love it. I'm a Godzilla fan. I've been watching all the Toho ones. I've seen every Godzilla movie before. Seen every single one at least once. And I'm a big fan. And I love King of the Monsters. I feel like King of the Monsters was just great fan service to Toho fans, to Toho Godzilla fans, because there's a lot of good references, a lot of good callbacks. But one thing I will say is, I loved it. It's not the best movie I saw this year, but visually, it was probably the best. Probably had the best visuals of 2019. Like, of any movie I've seen in 2019, I've seen a lot, not all of them, but I've seen all the big ones. In terms of visuals, for me, this was the best one. Like, I have no idea how CGI works. Like, I have an idea, like, I've seen before and after pics, etc. But I've never seen the process. I've never seen, like, how long it takes, how expensive it is. I have no idea about CGI. But what I do know is the CGI was damn good. Whoever worked on the CGI visual effects of this movie, they deserve rewards, okay? They deserve, if this doesn't get at least a nomination for the VFX Oscar, then I don't know what to think, because this deserves at least a nomination for visual effects Oscars. Then again, Aquaman last year never got nominated either, so maybe this one doesn't, but it really should. It really deserves to. For me, the best visuals of the year so far. It's just like, it's so damn good. So I thought, like, when they released a book called The Art of Godzilla, based on the movie, I just thought, I gotta go and get this. I gotta go and get this. There's one for Endgame as well. Endgame has some great visuals too, but that's not released until November. Like, way too long, Marvel. Like, come on. But I got the Godzilla one right here. It seems to be quite big. It looked a lot smaller on the website on Amazon, but I got it right here. So let's do this. Let's open the box. Hopefully you haven't seen my address, which is on the box. But there it is. Here it is. Can you see that? It's massive. It's huge. It's huge. That's for the thumbnail, by the way. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Yes, sir. It says on the back, making monsters. Following the global success of Godzilla and Kong Skull Island comes the next chapter in Warner Brothers Pictures and Legendary Pictures' cinematic monsterverse, an epic action-adventure that pits Godzilla against some of the most popular monsters in pop culture history. The new story follows the heroic efforts of the zoological agency Monarch, as its members face off against a battery of god-sized monsters, including the mighty Godzilla, who collides with Mothra, Rodan, and his ultimate nemesis, the three-headed King Ghidorah. By the way, spoilers for this movie, potentially, because I'm going to look through the book. And I'll show you some pages, not the whole book, because, I don't know, I feel like if you buy something with a company and you show like every page to an audience, then you might get in trouble, potentially. So I'll just play it safe. I'll show you some pages though, for sure. But yeah, spoilers, potential spoilers for the movie, just in case you're watching and haven't seen it yet. When these ancient super species, thought to be mere myths, rise again, they all vie for supremacy, leaving humanity's very existence hanging in the balance. The Art of Godzilla King of the Monsters is an in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at the epic movie, packed with concept art, on-set photography, and insights from key members of the production, including director Michael Dougherty. This beautiful book tells the story of how Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah were brought to terrifying life. So there we go. That was a long damn thing to read, but I'm gonna open it right now. This is exciting. Like, I've never gotten one of these before because I just felt a bit pointless. Like, I can look at these pictures online anyway, and I just thought, like, there's no point in me actually spending money to buy these things. But for this one, the visuals are so damn good. I'm a big Godzilla fan, so I just thought, like, I have to get this. I might get the Endgame one as well when it comes out in November. Like, why wait till November? The movie came out 2 months ago. Anyway, it feels damn good. That's all I can say. It feels damn good. Oh yes, the G-Man himself, Ghidorah, and there's Mothra and Rodan on the side as well. That is cool. That is cool. Like, I saw that's not broken, by the way. It's just like a new book. But I saw a review before the movie that like every shot in the movie could be like a desktop wallpaper, and a lot of shots are like the monster action, the monster, like the visuals are so good. There's so many shots in the movie that could be a wallpaper, could be a background, and it's just so damn good. It's just so damn cool to see. It's just visually beautiful. It's just amazing. I cannot wait to get it on Blu-ray. Like, it's going to be so good to look at. It's a damn good looking film, despite the fact that human characters are not that good. But the monster action is damn good. This book's a bit heavy, so I'm just gonna like hold the camera instead because it's lighter. Rodan, I'm pretty sure that's an old concept of Rodan, and it looks, the new version definitely looks better than that, but that looks cool as well, to be fair, for what it is. I'm gonna read the stuff later, but this is sick. This is not actually in the movie. It's not in the movie, this, but that is some cool concept art. Godzilla, Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, all there. I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure that's a Toho monster, right? They don't have the rights to Toho monsters, so I don't think they could put that in the movie anyway. But I'm pretty sure Godzilla fought 3 of them in a Toho movie, whatever that's called, and that apparently, according to reports, is Humonga, and it does look a bit like him, doesn't it? It really does, and that's apparently Gamera. Now, again, as I said, they don't have rights to other Toho monsters. They only have like Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, Godzilla. That's the rights that they got. They don't have the rights to Humonga or whatever that thing is. So I guess it was just like an idea, and they just couldn't put it in. I guess that's it. And Gamera's not Toho though. Apparently there could be Gamera, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that that's Gamera. It could be though. It could be. He looks a bit small for Gamera though. Isn't he bigger? That's where Gamera is bigger. Who's this? Is that Ghidorah? There's actually a lot to read in there, which is good. Like, I like it as not just pictures. It's just, there's a lot of paragraphs as well. So I'm looking forward to reading about the movie, because I'd like to know stuff about how they make these movies, because I know it's CGI, I know it's effects, but like, it would be cool to read about like other stuff behind the scenes. But anyway, this is sick. This is mad. Like, this is really cool. I don't know if I see any other monsters, any other new ones. What is that? What on earth is that? Is that something? I don't know. But that's King Ghidorah. That's Godzilla. That looks epic. And there's Rodan right there. Ah, that is crazy. So there was a concept art of, I think, Rodan fighting Ghidorah, which doesn't happen in the movie. But actually, they do. But it lasts like 2 minutes, and then he submits to him. So I'm not sure it counts, to be honest, because it wasn't much of a fight. They were just hugging for 2 minutes. Now this is bloody good. Look at this. I swear it looks different, Ghidorah, different colours. But yeah, I think there's a reference to the fight in the ocean, basically. And they did have a good fight in the ocean. Like, a lot of people seem to think that Ghidorah was winning the whole time, and he was most of the time. But their second fight, Godzilla was winning. He ripped his damn head off. And he was in the water, which is Godzilla's home, basically. He had Ghidorah defeated, and then he didn't defeat him, but he was going to beat him. I'm convinced that he had that fight won. And then the flipping Ocean Destroyer came in. Even got stuff about the characters. I'll tell you what, this guy, Kyle Chandler, and his wife and kid in the movie, they're probably the worst part of the movie, to be honest. They're probably the weakest part of the movie. It's just like, they're sort of there, and to be fair, the daughter did something cool with the orca, but still, like, they were part of the reason the human characters were not that good. But you know, the monster stuff makes up for it, so it's all good. Haha, this scene was amazing, man. This scene was so cool. It made me jump as well. The first time I watched it, when he like went quiet and he just jump scared everyone, I was jumping out my seat. I was just like, whoa, mates, I thought you went away. But yeah, I think you know what I mean. The end of this scene, like, he was there, he was confronting them, and then he backed off. And then he just, next thing you know, he just smashed it across the screen, and it just scared the crap out of me. Yes, the main man himself, Dr. Serizawa. Him and Charles Dance were the best characters in the movie. Human characters, I mean. And the Mothra twins. I didn't actually notice. I noticed the second time I watched it, but there was a Mothra twin, and then there was another one in where Mothra was cocooning, and I'd realized, like, wait a second, that's not the same person. Like, she's on the ship. So I realized, like, oh yeah, that's the Mothra twins. So they do exist, except they're not tiny, and they're not little fairies. They're human size. I think that's a good change. Because I think, like, mini humans would have looked silly to Hollywood cinemas. So I'm glad they're human size. But it's a cool how they got, like, Mothra twins. And I think they might do something for Godzilla vs. Kong. Maybe she might come back, because there's an egg found. So I would love to see Mothra and Rodan come back for that movie. That would be awesome. Now, I might be biased because the 2014 movie is the reason why I'm a Godzilla fan. Like, that's the one that made me want to watch the Toho movies. But this is my favorite Godzilla. Like, this is easily my favorite Godzilla. Partly because this one's the reason that I'm a fan in the first place, but also because I just think it looks the best. Like, the only one that comes close for me is Heisei Godzilla. Heisei Godzilla was amazing looking. This one is a bit better than that, in my opinion. I love him. He's a bit fat down there, but still, he's bloody badass. He's just, and the sound he makes when he gets up as well, like, sorry, I can't do it. I sound a bit weird now, but yeah, it's just, the guy's a beast. Apparently there's a comic where the Avengers fight Godzilla, and I really want to read it, because that's like a crazy crossover. Apparently Godzilla destroyed him pretty badly. Like, he found it pretty easy. So imagine that though, the MCU against legendary Godzilla. Oh dear. Like, who would stand a chance, honestly? Maybe the Hulk, if he got big enough, if he got angry enough, because Hulk is radiation based as well, isn't he? Who could do something to Godzilla? Could Thanos? What could the Infinity Stones do to Godzilla? That'd be a crazy crossover. Can you imagine? Avengers versus Godzilla. Actually, no. Godzilla versus Doomsday from DC. Oh, that's a fight. This is clearly just like concept art, because this wasn't in the movie, but this would have been cool. Like a more of a water-based battle between the two with ships around. That could have been awesome if they put that in. Oh, this is so sick. This is so good. Just look at it. Just look at the beauty. I want a shot of him in the sky of Godzilla when he drops him onto the floor. When he's above the clouds. That is a damn good shot. I hope it's in this book, but King Ghidorah is a damn beast. Like, this is one of the best looking kaijus. All of them really, not just this version, but like Toho as well has some beautiful versions, and this is great as well. This is the most terrifying, probably. It's ridiculous. I tell you what, when I first looked at that head, when I opened the page, I thought I was Biollante for a second. Like, it's the way his mouth's open. Oh boy, oh, that is crazy. I wish I saw more of that actually, because Ghidorah versus Air Force, that would have been cool. To be fair though, we got a good replacement, Rodan versus Air Force. Did not mention that in my spoiler talk, but Rodan's chase scene in the movie when he escapes the volcano, that was a damn good chase scene. Like, that was amazing. Speaking of Rodan, man like Rodan, look at him. That guy is the angriest monster in the movie. Like, he looks so angry. He's always like, has a temper. Apart from when he sees his alpha, he's like, I kneel before you. But this guy, for me, this is the best Rodan. Again, I might be biased because I love the Monsterverse, but for me, that's the best looking Rodan. With King Ghidorah, I'm not sure, because King Ghidorah, like, every version has looked really good. Apart from maybe, like, the one rebirth of Mothra, that one was a bit weird. But, like, in Toho movies, Godzilla movies, and this Godzilla movie, like, every single time, Ghidorah's looked amazing. So, I don't know what's the best Ghidorah. Mothra, the Toho Mothra looks better. Apart from Lava Form. Toho Lava Form Mothra is very weird. But the final form of Mothra in Toho is the best Mothra for me. But Lava, legendary. I tell you what, I'm glad they changed it, because the feathers look, I don't know, they don't look bad. They just don't look as good. It reminds me of the dragons from Game of Thrones, actually, to be fair. Oh, here he is. Forgot his character name, Alan Jonah. I liked him as a villain. I felt he played it really well. Goodbye, old friend. I cry every time. Right, so there's a lot more things I haven't shown you. I showed you just the best parts, really. But, yeah, that is Rodan and Ghidorah, which is pretty cool. I like these shots I like these concept arts, and this is the final one. So yeah, that is the concept of Gigan. Now with the other two, with Kimonga and the other thing, and Mantis I think it was, and the Gamera, I was 50-50. But this one, I am convinced it's Gigan. Like, I'm convinced. Like, it looks similar to Gigan, not the same. It looks more Earth-like than an alien version, but this could be interesting. Like, if the director said he wants to use Gigan in a future movie, that depends on Toho if they're willing to give the rights. But yeah, I think if they had the rights, they probably would have done it, but they couldn't, obviously. But that is a cool concept. Imagine he is also an alien, like Ghidorah, from the same planet, and they were here to take over Earth. That could be a good theory. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what this thing is. Like, I really couldn't tell you. Looks like no, it doesn't look a rhino. I was gonna say rhino. That is Ghidorah's body. So his body's actually gone. I'm pretty sure it was burned away, apart from his head, I think. So that was changed. That is Rodan, and that thing, that giant spider thing that we didn't see enough of, is right there. There's no mammoth here. They took that out, but well, they put it in actually. They didn't take it out. So yeah, it's a good looking book, and I'm gonna read through like the other stuff in it because I want to know more about some stuff. I bought some books recently. I'm not trying to like become like some intellectual, but you know, I bought Game of Thrones prequel books, so I want to read those. Like, I want to read Game of Thrones, except not the main one. I want to see what happened before the show, so I'm just gonna read the prequel books, and if I like it, I'll buy the rest of the series. So there's that, and I bought a comic, Infinity Gauntlet, which I want to read because I was a big fan of Infinity War, so I wanted to know like what it's like in the comics. So yeah, I might review a few of those things when I read them in like 5 years. But so, yeah, anyway, yeah, this was worth it. This thing right here was worth it, in my opinion. Like, I'm definitely gonna look through it for sure. And Endgame, releasing in November for some reason. I might get that one as well. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.